Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am not awake. Sleepy this morning. So sleepy this morning. I was up late last night and then got up early this morning. So I'm like, I have coffee though. Coffee. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. If you're awake yet. I have a feeling most of my crew will be coming in late. So, and that's fine by me. That's fine by me. While I am getting things organized and watching for this feed to start for trial day 2 of Georgia versus Hannah Payne, I will turn on a little music. Will that work for you guys? And I'm not going to use any kind of like fancy music. I'm just going to use the music that's in StreamYard just to give us a little bit of something to listen to while we wake up and wait for people to start filing in. Right. I think this one was the one I liked. It's called Feeding the Ducks on StreamYard. It's so funny. But I'm going to play this and I'll just be dilly-dallying. But feel free to chat and say hello when you wake up or when you get up on the chat. It's cold and frosty out this morning too. Meh. Tell me if it's too loud, too annoying. Turn it down a little bit. But I like the music. Anyway. I'm waiting for this feed to start. Usually, I think it would have started by now because the judge said arrive at 8:30 and we'll be ready to go at 9. Well, you guys got 13 minutes if that's the case. Minutes if that's the case. Watching and waiting and watching and waiting and waiting and watching. Come on in and have a seat. If you want me to make you a cup of coffee, just let me know what you take in your coffee, and I will make you a virtual cup of coffee this morning. Sorry, I'm just looking for it to appear. Usually the streams, the feeds like that will just like poof. Sometimes they schedule them way early, and other times, oh, here we go. Found it. It is on. About time. All right. Let's turn the music off and get to business, right? All right, let me find it. Here it is. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Now I just need to make it big. I'm gonna have to share my screen before I can make it big. Fine then, fine. Be a little butt. StreamYard. Hey. Present. Share screen. Okay. There we go. Now I can make it full screen. And there we go. So, good morning, everyone. Hi, how are ya? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Amazing, amazing day. I have my list of to-dos here. So I plan to get some work done today while we're watching this. What are you guys going to do today? What are your guys' plans for today? Besides watching trial stuff, right? Oh, I'm just wondering how soon they're going to get started. Because some trials, they run like clockwork. Others, not so much. Not so much, not so much. Hold on a minute. Sorry, checking messages. Ding, ding, dings on my phone. I need an IV of coffee. That's a thing, right? IVs of coffee is a thing, right? I think so. All right, we're going to turn the music back on just for a little bit till people start filing in or the stream starts. you guys enjoy the music, and I'm gonna jump up real quick and run and grab a pen and a charger and probably wee real quick too. So come on in and let me know what kind of coffee you Hey Steph, still running errands, but went back to the beginning. Let me know if I should just skip ahead. Nothing as just some music while we wait. BRB. Oh, I see a head. I see a head here. Oh, it's the judge. It's the judge, y'all. It's the judge. Oh, and then she went back into her chambers. Yeah, she went back into her chambers. Okay. BRB. I better let Steph know in the chat. BRB, Steph. Hold on a minute. I'm navigating this without a mouse. I'm using my Apple mouse. Or my MacBook mouse, I mean. Meh. Okay, be right back.
everyone. You may have a seat. Councilors, are we ready to proceed?
Yeah, we do have a couple of things that we would like to discuss prior to bringing the jury in.
Okay, and a bench conference? Or
It's fine
on
to
the
be
record?
On the record would be preferred.
Okay.
I may approach to get an exhibit. Please, the court order has that. Oh, can I have that? The defense exhibit, please.
You're welcome.
We are going to request a slight alteration to defense exhibit number 2. This exhibit was displayed on the screen and was therefore displayed on the media that is recording, and it contained the witness's driver's license number, his telephone number, and his home address, and he has received multiple phone calls because his telephone number was displayed. The news outlets have agreed to blank it out from what they have already, but we would request that we are allowed to just blank out his personal information on defense exhibit number 2, and that any future statements that are put into evidence that we are able to just redact that information so that they're not getting phone calls.
Attorney Tucker?
That's fine with me, Your Honor. I've got a black magic marker. I can black it out. I apologize. We're not accustomed to being on the media and put out there for the public.
And that we're not blaming the defense at all.
That's
I mean,
good.
we didn't catch it either. So it's not a fault thing. It's just, can we just pay more attention going forward? We didn't catch it either. So
So certainly, there's no objection from defense. We can go ahead and redact all the personal information and any other subsequent statements that may be introduced into evidence. Personal information should be redacted, and very unfortunate that Officer Robinson has received, well, hopefully they're all positive telephone calls, nothing negative.
Yeah, that's
he didn't
not
feel positive
good.
about it.
That's
all
not
I can
good.
say. He was displeased.
Yes, okay.
The second thing that I just wanted to make the court aware of time is just a scheduling issue.
Okay.
We have a witness who has notified us that she is having to have a medical procedure today, and therefore she is not going to be able to testify until Monday. I don't think we would have, at the rate we're going, I don't know that we would have rested tomorrow anyway, but I wanted to make the court aware that the state's case will likely go into Monday just based on the medical situation that we've been advised of.
Right. Thank you, Chief Assistant Smith, for making the court aware. I think we had calculated in starting this case that we would probably go into next week. So you're probably just confirming what we expected. Okay.
We were hoping for us this week, but it doesn't look like that to be.
Okay. We made provisions for next week. So is there anything further that we have to address? No? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the jurors in at this time. Thank you, Bailiff Hillis.
I have a question. Are they do they plan to match today? I mean, the yellow shirt and his yellow tie. Now I want to go back to yesterday and see if he had a white tie on. They match. See? Look at that. Matchy, matchy. Matchy, matchy.
Of the jury. Thanks for the reminder. Everybody seems rested and relaxed and ready to go. We started our case yesterday, and at this time, the state is going to proceed to call its next witness.
The state calls Christy Summerer. would please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give before the court in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can take your hand down. Oh, I'm sorry, sit down too. Yes, you may do that. You'll just make sure you're speaking into the microphone so everyone can hear you. If you would please state and spell your name.
Christy Supper, K-R-I-S-T-Y. Last name is S-U-P-P-E-R-E-R.
And so when I keep calling you Miss Supperer, I'm saying it wrong.
Either way is fine.
But it's Superer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I haven't said it right once, so. How are you employed?
I work at Clayton County E911.
And what is your job description?
I am the Training and Professional Standards Supervisor.
And how long have you worked in 911?
Yeah, a total of 20 years. I've been with Clayton County for over 7.
Are you familiar with how 911 calls come in to the call center and how they are kept and maintained?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the jury a little bit about that, please.
So our calls have to be kept on file according to state records for a number of years, and then they have to be made available if someone requests them through open records. And only certain people can access the records.
And when a call comes in, how is the call recorded and how does that start?
As soon as we pick up the phone, the call starts to record.
And the recordings that you obtain from someone who calls 911, are those recordings kept in the ordinary course of running the 911 center?
Yes.
And is there any ability, either during the call or after the call, to alter or change what is recorded in any way?
No.
In this particular case, on May the 7th of 2019, did the 911 call center receive 2 911 calls from a person by the name of Hannah Payne?
And were those calls recorded?
Yes.
And were they maintained in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Are 911 operators given any training as to how to address or talk to various calls that come in?
Yes, we do have training. They train before they go out to the floor to take calls. They train in the classroom. We have different protocols that we use for different situations.
And so if a 911 operator is giving instructions, would that generally be part of what they were trained to do?
Yes.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes, you may.
I'm going to approach with what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit number 4. Do you recognize State's Exhibit number 4?
Yes.
And did you initial the envelope that contains the disc indicating that you had the opportunity to listen to State's Exhibit number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
And the disc that is labeled as State's Exhibit number 4, does it contain the full content of 2 911 calls placed by defendant Hannah Payne in this case?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time the state tenders State's Exhibit number 4.
Yeah, presuming that once it starts, it does have knowledge of the 911 call, she remembers no.
Okay, so I should without objection.
Thank you, Judge. Permission to publish?
Yes. I told our IT person something.
Can we just have the jury step out while we get
Certainly.
ITs situated?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would just retire to the jury room for just a second while we work out the technical difficulties. Thank you.
Can you plug it, our thing back in?
And it did work yesterday.
Um, I'm so thankful that you went back and looked, Abigail. Are they talking at all? I'm not hearing anything. Or is it just me? I'm still not super awake yet. Mm, Super sleepy this morning. Hey, Dawn. Good morning. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not hearing anything on the feed. Okay. Now we hear. My goodness. And the feed is out again. Or the audio, anyway. From what I remember, his suit looked flannel or something from. Yeah, you're right. He did have on like a big gray. Oh, look at that. Matchy match, man. And he looks like he had his hair sprayed with hairspray and then into a wind tunnel. He looks like he went into a wind tunnel with his hair off. Oh, and he's handing her a box of tissues, you guys. So that means he's expecting her to cry. That's his, here's some tissues. Make sure that you show your emotion. Yeah. Is that, am I being mean? Oof, sorry. Steph's like a super frumpy. Super frumpy. Frumpy, 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 frumpy. He greased his hair back to complete the used car salesman look. You think so? Sounds about right. So, I'm assuming the chick standing there on the phone is maybe either like an IT person or possibly like part of the what do you call the people that like are in charge of clerk, like a clerk. That takes care of the evidence passings forwards and backwards. Yeah, I was going to tell you, Steph. I wanted you to. Steph had sent me something this morning on IG, and it was a couple of different articles, but the one was pretty funny. Tell them, Steph. Well, I mean, if you can. If not, I can. Whatever you want about the reviews and stuff. Mickey would find that interesting because she was literally like wondering yesterday what his background was in this type of uh, case trial. If he has, oh, you're putting groceries away. Oh, so Steph had sent a link to me, and she said, "I found this Matthew Tucker, the defense lawyer, Hannah's lawyer." And she said, I have found this website, his like law firm website or whatever. And she said, you got to read the reviews. Yeah, the reviews were not great. And he owns his own firm. Yeah. Yeah. The guy, one person that left a review said that he was never on time for any of their hearings or proceedings or whatever, and that he was usually anywhere like up to an hour late and wouldn't even call to let them know that he was going to be late. And I was like, see, there you go. Because yesterday, whenever the feed started, there sat Hannah at the table with no lawyer beside her. And you also notice, like for the state, there's a couple of lawyers there, right? The defense, it's just, what is Hannah doing? What is she doing? Is she doing her own IT there? Like hooking up USB cables, or what is going on right now? What in the world? But anyway, yeah, you know, um, it's just him. He doesn't have you know, a partner, or I don't know. What'd you get from the grocery store, Steph? Um, Good morning, Mickey Joe. Did I say good morning to you? I saw you said you were making coffee and had to go pot tea. Oh, that woman's jacket is cute. Leopard print. I like that. She wants to hear her own 911 call. Maybe he has a paralegal working from the office. Maybe. I don't know. Junk and bathroom spray. Bathroom spray. You're like, yeah, gotta have the bathroom spray to get the poo-pourri. Gotta get that poo-pourri. Can't forget that poo-pourri. Oh, you got Dunkin' coffee, huh? Yum. I got Keurig coffee. Yeah. The junk gotta come out sometime. I know. I know. I know. He's like, wait a minute, don't interrupt me. I'm in the middle of playing Words with Friends. Or whatever the latest and greatest is. Whatever the latest and greatest game is, right? Words with Friends is or maybe he's playing Candy Crush. Let's play a game. All right, everybody in the chat, let me know who celebrity-wise, and it doesn't have to be like a celebrity that you love or anything like that. Any celebrity that looks like Matthew Tucker, her defense lawyer. Yeah. And we're going to play this game throughout the day. I'm big about that. Anytime somebody sits down on the witness stand, I'm like, ooh, that person, like yesterday, that one reminded us of Denzel, 100%, right? And this chick that was on the stand a while ago, you said Steph reminded you of, which I'm not a celebrity, but yeah, a celebrity that she would remind you of, you know? Michael Caine and Michael Douglas. I can see Michael Douglas. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Jenny Superist. Is it Separist or Superist? Okay, yeah, this chick is like on the phone and she's like, it's not working. Figure it out. I'm on television and this is not fun. It's like they had a strange gray-haired baby. Oh my God. I like the chick's Converse though. Yeah, I like the chick's Converse. I do. I like her Converse. Yeah, I can definitely see Michael Caine. I'm gonna have to go Google. Wait, Steph, you went to the store and you bought new sneakers? What? Did you mean Snickers, like a candy bar, or sneakers? I mean, you said you were putting groceries away. What'd you do? Just make a quick stop off? Michael came like a decade ago. Okay, I gotta go look. Hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Yeah, see, I think more of Michael Douglas than Michael Caine, even a decade ago. The butler dude from Batman. I bought sneakers while in line at Dunkin'. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I know, Steph, they do this kind of crap every day. Why don't they check these things in off hours? Well, I've seen it 100 times though, where they have checked it in off hours and then poof, it's not working. Not working. I don't know. I do not know. Michael Douglas. Well, I wonder who this gentleman is that she's talking to. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Steph, I'm gonna have to go look because literally Skechers are my favorite. Hold on a minute. Ooh, those are cute. And I like the arch fit too. I'm actually wearing arch fit now. They're like beigey strap on heel sandals. Like it's got the strap along the back of my heel and then my toes stick out. They're like I can't remember the name. What are they? Well, here, hold on. I'll show you. These are super comfortable. These super duper comfortable. I love them. However, right now it's cold out and I need socks on. But am I going to take the time to put socks on? Probably not. So instead, my feet will just be cold. But these tennis shoes are super cute. Ooh, is it snowing there? Brr. It was like 32 or 31 degrees, I think, this morning when I got up. It was chilly willy. Ugh, it was really chilly willy. Mm. The Beach Boys never mentioned snow. Yeah, I like those. Those are cute. I like that slick black, you know. Is that the color you got? Was black? I guess so, because in the URL it's got black. I like that. Really cute. Super cute. Come on, you guys. Now this chick is like, I'm not even going to stand up anymore. I'm just going to hop down on here on my knees and open this cabinet door up and get things figured out. Lord have mercy. Hold on a minute. Let me run over to Instagram on my computer, and while we wait, I will show you guys Steph's super cute shoes. Hold on a minute. I got to go find it. These are super cute. I like them. And the Arch Fit line of the Skechers shoes, yes. 100%. My fave. Okay, let me click on the link. Those are cute. I like it. Okay. Let me run over here and do maybe an overlay real quick. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Overlay. There we go. Okay. Look at these shoes. These are super duper cute. Hold on. Look at these shoes. How cute are these? Look. Aren't those cute? I like it. Super cute. Super cute stuff. I like it a lot. Those are fun. I don't know. I do know that I had started getting like the whole plantar fasciitis or fasciitis, however you say it, and in my right foot really bad. And I had found those Arch Fit. I don't remember the first ones I bought, but I put them on and I was like, oh my God, these feel so good on my, I think they were my sandals, my like black flippy floppies. And they were the Skechers Arch Fit. And I was like, yes, yes. These are comfortable. I never want to take them off again. And so then I bought like 2 more pairs of different kinds of the Arch Fit shoes. Yeah. Hannah should go help, right? I know.
Are having some changes. things like that occur, and I want to give our IT tech an opportunity to try to remedy the situation pressure-free. And so I'm just going to take a short recess, allow her to do that, and we'll reconvene at 10 o'clock. Thank you all.
Well, that's about 15 more minutes, so we'll just sit here and chitter chat. Sit here and chitter chat. Allow people to take a bathroom break. Allow people to take a bathroom break. So the faux leather look, yes. 32 degrees where you're at, Dawn. I agree. Hannah should go help. Steph says that when they tell her to stop, she should just continue doing whatever she wants, right? Long sleeve and a fleece hoodie, but I had the slide on go walks, and the top of my footsies were cold. Yeah. Get some to match for Christmas. That would be cute. They help. I'm kind of worried because I'm flat-footed, and if the arch is too high, it hurts. They really help mine because, like, if I try to walk barefooted with the plantar fasciitis, if I try to walk barefooted, it's like a knife going through my foot. And then even when I would wear certain shoes, it would still feel like that. But the arch fit, when I put them on, I mean, most of the time I don't even notice the plantar fasciitis, to be honest. Yeah. And so I wear these little beigey open toe sandals, like just about all day, every day. I have even put socks on anymore just because they're that comfortable. And I did have a pair of Arch Fit Skechers that were tennis shoes, but I got the wrong size, and I ended up giving them to my sister, to Mickey Jo. Or no, wait, I gave them to Mickey, but then they didn't fit Mickey right, so Mickey gave them to her daughter, Shelby. So I think Shelby's got them, pretty sure. But yeah, I definitely need to get some more. I'm a big fan of the Hey Dude shoes. I've got a bunch of pairs of those. A bunch of pairs. And, but they're not great for my plantar fasciitis. I'll say that. They're not the best. Steph said I was ready for Mickey to riot. Nah. Hey Dudes? Oh yeah, heck yeah, they got super cute girl ones. Oh my god, I got so many cute pairs of those. Yeah, I love my Hey Dudes. You just have to wear socks or it will make them smell bad. Or you can do the little hack where you like take the no-show socks or like no heel socks or whatever you call those socks, and put them on the, like, take your what do you call the insole out and put one of those like on backwards and then slide it back in. That's a really good trick. I do that a lot. This canary needs to hush its happy little whistle. It's too early in the morning for a canary to be singing, huh, Mickey? Aiden, you got Aiden a couple of them? Goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. Let's see, I'm going to check Twitter and see what. I keep calling it Twitter. I guess I should start. I don't know that I can call it X. Like, nah. Still call it Twitter. But I just want to check to see. Yeah, Twitter is just talking about the audio issues. It's funny though because Kathy Russin had she's from Law and Crime Network, and she said, reminder of what happened with the previous judge in the Hannah Payne trial. Judge doubts accused murderer Hannah Payne's lawyer really had a stroke, finds him incompetent, and she had posted a video. She posted that 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna man so fixated on the Well, I mean, they're trying to fix the audio. It's like hopefully they get it resolved soon. Exactly, sir. He certainly did. He certainly did. Poor guy. What was it you just said? Hopefully he's getting lots of nice phone calls. What was it he said yesterday? Tucker, what was it he said yesterday? Don't pursuit. And he really made sure to on the pursuit part. He was talking about what the I guess 911 operator don't pursuit. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Jeez. Working, making like you do. Georgia, Georgia. Come on. You guys, I still have too many yawns in me this morning. It is so fuck early for me. No, not really early for me. I enjoy getting up this early, but I mean, I've had sleep. And I didn't get much sleep. My CPAP machine kept, my CPAP machine last night, I kept feeling like I had water in my nose. I'm like, what the crap? Like I kept taking it off, and I don't know. It's like it's like I guess condensation building up in it. But yeah, I'm laying there, and it's like I can feel. It feels like water dripping down my nose, and then if I lay on my back, I'm like, nah. My CPAP machine is trying to kill me, and it's supposed to do the opposite. Do the opposite, opposite, opposite. Why is this? Why is this music app popping up on my phone? I don't want it to. Nope, I don't want to listen to Apple Music. No, I don't. Go away. Quit. I want opinions. I already bought it, so it doesn't matter how much now. But I want to see if y'all like this idea. Okay, what idea? Tell us. Tell us, tell us. Tell us. I want to know. I want to know. What did you buy? Ooh, wax seals. Those look so like satisfying to make, right? Like weirdo you know what I mean? I literally was like staring at my computer screen yesterday for like 5 minutes because I was scrolling through YouTube and I came up, it just popped up in my feed. And you know how like they'll like autoplay when you like hover over them or whatever with your mouse? And it was a blackhead popping, like pimple popper, but it was blackheads. And I was just sitting there like, yeah, for like 5 minutes. I'm a sicko. I love Dr. Pop. Wait, Dr. Pimple Popper. I love that show. So I've always wanted to make the wax mold seals. I bought I bought everything to make them, including silicone molds and metal plates that fit in the mold. I was going to turn them into cover minders. I don't know how to seal them like with Mod Podge or dome with resin, but you can pick your color and stamp design. That's a cool idea. I need to like visualize it. You know what I mean? Um, the metal plates that fit in the mold. I was going to turn them into cover minders. I don't know how to seal them, like with Mod Podge or dome with resin. But you can pick your color and stamp design. That's a fun idea. I like that idea. The only thing I can recommend would be to like try it both ways, see what works best. My only concern would be like yellowing. You know what I mean? And then another thing is like air bubbles. That can be such a pain in the butt. I always try to watch the pimple popper, but it quickly gets too much. I know it. I know it. I know. It can. It can. Yes, yes, yes. Some things I have to turn my head. I'm like, nope, I can't watch that. I can't watch that. No. Can't watch that one. But I do love the show. I really like the the like, what are the big fat things that look like big chicken thighs? What are those lipomas? Those are fun to watch. Oh, yeah. Oh, with the resin. Never used resin before, but I don't know what will stick to wax. Yeah, I don't know. Yay, Elizabeth. Thank God. Thank a goodness that finally got through. Hmm. You guys, this stream better get with the program. Better get with the program. Resin sticks to everything except silicone, Steph. I'd try that first. There you go. Definitely worth a try. I know I was doing the cover minders back last year. I did a few of the, like, where you buy like the bevels, is that what they're called? And then you can like put something inside there and then put one of the like clear, or no. You know what I'm talking about? They're like pendants or whatever. Um, and then you put like the glass clear domed bevel on top of it. You have to like use some kind of glue. That I struggled with that because the air bubbles, I could not, like, it looked perfect, right? I did it every which way, used several different kinds of glue, and then um, I would, they would look so good, and then like the next morning, I would go to look at them, and I would start seeing the bubbles, and I'm like, oh, it was so frustrating. I'll have Matt help me with figuring out the resin. I only got 2 stamps to start, but if people like it, I'll get more. Nikki's lost in the conversation. I know, Mickey. It's confusing. I know. Mm-hmm. Just random chitter chatter, I guess, till they get back started on here. This is crazy. I bet that witness that's on the stand, the suspect, not superist or superist, whatever her name is, the 911 call chick. I bet she's like, come on, come on. You said I'd only be here for 30 minutes. Basically, LOL. Mm. IT's taking its time, not displaying decorum. Right? I know, right? I wonder if she's the one who flew in from Virginia. Oh, it could have been. Uh, is it? No. Wait. Oh, maybe I forgot. Now I'm confused. Was that something they were talking about yesterday, or was that today? This morning that they mentioned that. Maybe I'm thinking of a conversation from yesterday about somebody And then they said earlier that somebody was having a medical procedure and couldn't be here till tomorrow. I'm like, unless it's an emergency medical procedure, shouldn't we stick to the schedule? She could have moved, yeah. I don't know. Someone from yesterday said they would stay in town for today and they were going to start with her. Oh, that's it. That's what it was. Yes, yes, yes. I remember that now. You are right. You're right. You're right. I bet that's her. I bet that's her. Oh, okay. Well, then she's probably not sitting there thinking, you would say it was only going to be a half an hour. You know? Because some people, like, take off work because they have to go testify in court, like, locally. And they're like, I'll be back before lunch. I'm only going to be there for a little bit. And then you get there and then you end up having to take the whole day off because IT has not got things working right. Yeah, I hope she don't have an early flight either. Might have to be bumping that back. Staying another night or another day in Georgia. You guys, are the yawns going to quit today? I need the yawns to quit. They said they were going to resume at 10. It is 10:04. The clock is ticking. I'm rather impatient this morning. Rather impatient. Oh, I see the judge.
Okay, so I'm informed that everything is up and running for the time being.
We have a workaround here to try to get us through the morning.
Okay.
Kind of ideal that we've at least been given a way to figure out how to get these calls played and the next witness's calls played.
Correct. And I'm informed that when we break for lunch, they'll be able to work through and do the updates for us. One of the vicissitudes of life. Okay. If Ennis, you can bring the drawers back in. Is your witness still here? Okay, you can have us.
Okay. You guys, I need to know how long it's going to be because I'm going to nap if I have time. Oh, I'm using it. I'll get one. So the super is still sitting there. I wonder if she got to go take a break too, or if she's been sitting there the whole time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as you were patient enough to allow us to work through the technical difficulties. We're up and running, and Attorney Chief Assistant, you may continue.
This is to publish the first 911 call to defendant, which is Exhibit 4A.
Okay.
Clayton County 911,
Yes.
location of your emergency.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just on Forest Parkway and Clark Howard Highway. And there was just an accident. I'm sure they've already called, but I just witnessed it, and I just wanted to make sure that I guess, called the police as well in case they didn't.
All right, were they on, what were the kind of vehicles involved?
It's a red Dodge pickup truck, I think it's a Dakota, and a semi was involved. And the red Dakota ran the red light and slammed into the side of the semi.
It doesn't look like we received any reports on it yet. I'm going to
Yeah.
put in a call here.
Okay.
Red Dakota, and were they on Forest Parkway or on Clark Howell?
The semi and I were turning left onto Fort Parkway, and
Thank you. Okay.
And based on your review of State's Exhibit number 4, were you aware that the defendant then made another phone call from that same phone number to 911 a bit later?
Yes.
Okay. We could publish State's 4B.
Yes, ma'am. I'm on Clark Howell in North Parkway, Indiana, Texas. I actually called about 20 minutes ago for an accident, and no one has shown up yet. But I am under the assumption that the guy that caused the accident, who ran the red light, is drunk, and he's gotten back in his car, and he's looking like he's trying to drive away. Okay, can you get his tag number? Hold on, he's driving away. It's a red Dodge Dakota. One second, hold on. Okay, so he is going west, down Clark Howell, down Fort Parkway. Okay, so you couldn't get the tag number? No, but I'm catching up to him right now. Okay, but we actually do not want you to chase him. We just want you to be safe. I understand. I understand 100%. I'm just going to get the tag number, nothing else. But I'm going west down Fort Parkway. And we almost up to him. I mean, his brake kicker is busted and everything. I honestly have no idea how he's driving his truck. The way that it is. Okay. It is a Georgia Tag license plate is R8A as in Apple 4859.
So, if you can go back to that location where the incident happened, it's because someone is actually on the way to you guys now.
Okay, well, there's a police officer there, but he is drunk. I'm sorry that I'm here to tell you I'm not going to follow him. Because he is going to cause another accident. So I won't stay behind him until an officer can get to us. But until then, I'm not moving.
Yeah, no, that's what I want. I want you guys to go back to the location where it happened, and an officer will be out there momentarily, okay? Ma'am. Ma'am.
Judge McCaskill, correct?
Yes.
I saw some people walk out. I assumed that was his family. Oh my goodness. Mm. I wonder what they're talking about in this sidebar. Dad's eyes look heavy again. Look at that. Seriously. His eyes are like, goodness gracious. Come on, sidebar. Come on, come on. I need to set a timer on my phone to remind me when the school bus comes. Oh, wait. I think I accidentally paused. I did. Hold on.
And so, Ms. Super, when you hear what we could hear from the call when the operator is giving instructions of go back to the scene, do not follow, do not chase, things along those lines, would that be consistent with what the 911 operators would be trained to do?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I can clarify, she is the individual that answered the phone, correct?
No.
Okay, then any kind of comments that she makes that was said, I think would be hearsay.
Okay. Your response, attorney?
Judge, it's not hearsay, the recording is already in evidence. We also filed a notice of business record, which she testified to a business record, which is the exception to hearsay, and we put this defendant on notice that we were going to tender these 911 calls under the hearsay exception of business records.
I'm just, if she goes down the line of trying to go exactly what the intent was, I mean, she talked about what's on it, but if there's any intent of what was meaning by these comments, what was said on it, I would say that I would object at that time.
Okay, so I'm going to overrule the objection because when she was qualified as a trainer and as a supervisor, and the testimony that she's given is consistent with what the training would be. So I will overrule the objection.
Thank you, Judge. And again, not asking why you think a particular person said something, but are those types of instructions that go back to the scene, don't chase, don't follow, things along those lines, are they consistent with the training that is provided to the 911 call takers?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And Judge, we have no further questions of this witness at this time, subject to our request at the bench to republish the 911 calls once the audio in this courtroom is fixed and everyone will be able to hear it.
Okay. And during the bench conference, I did indicate that I would grant the request to republish so that everything that needs to be heard from the tape can be heard. So once, hopefully by lunchtime, the issue will be resolved and we'll be able to republish it.
And there'd be no objection from the defense.
Correct.
We'd like to use it too.
Attorney Tucker had no objections to that. So the record will reflect that.
All right, if you could say your last name again, so I don't miss it.
Super.
Super, okay. And you stated there that there was training that was given to talk about not to chase or to stay back. When was this training given?
That is our training that we go by whenever we hire new employees. They go through an academy and a classroom, and it's usually 3 to 4
Hi, Deborah.
weeks before they start taking live phone calls.
Welcome, welcome.
And the employee that took this call, how long have they been working there?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay. But you're sure they took the training, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And based on your hearing this call, have you ever sat as a 911 operator?
Yes.
Very possible, Steph.
And as hearing this call, it sounded kind of calm compared to a lot of 911 calls, correct?
I wouldn't say that.
Let's say that you didn't. So you're saying that 911 calls don't have people that are excited yelling or?
They do, but you just never know, when you pick it up, who's going to be excited or who's going to be calm.
Okay, so based on your experience as a 911 operator and hearing this audio, you're saying that didn't sound very calm, the interaction back and forth? Both the first and the second,
But-
at the beginning of the second?
Between the operator and the caller, yes, until the end.
Okay, so, and in the training that they get, if an individual says, hey, I'm hopping in my car to go get a tag, and that's it, they're told to say, our policy, what we learned is not to chase, and say it one time and not say anything else?
We tell them that they can do it if they feel safe to do so, but we don't want to do anything to put them in danger nor the public.
So, being on the other side of the phone, how would they know, how would an operator know if somebody's gonna be safe or not?
If you're following a car going down the road during rush hour, I wouldn't think that would be safe.
Okay. Would the level of their voice or intensity of the voice give an impression, as when you were a 911 operator, would that give you an impression that it might not be safe or it might be safe?
The voice that we use,
Yes.
we are supposed to be calm.
Oh, the voice, I'm sorry, let me clarify. The voice that you hear coming in on the 911 call. If it's more excited, would you, as a 911 caller, believe that it's maybe not as safe versus a calm conversation?
No, we have people that call about a dog being in their yard that are hysterical. So you really can't gauge how somebody is versus the way they're speaking.
And so you stay calm no matter what? Okay. And in this particular one here, as the conversation pursued, she said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the tag, and it was stated that, the policy is not to be safe, we want you safe. You heard that, correct?
Yes.
And then you didn't hear anything else until she gave the tag number, correct?
Correct.
How many times have they trained to say, we don't want you to follow this car, we don't want you to do this? How many times are they supposed to say it in their training?
We tell them
Welcome,
that. If they say
Deborah.
they're gonna continue to do it, then we just try to get as much information as we can.
So you're saying that the policy is to tell them not to follow or not to chase, but to be safe. But
I agree,
it's not
Steph.
to reiterate that or come back and say, hey, our policy is this, don't do that.
We would tell them not to do it.
One time, two
And
times,
then,
3 times?
and then we're listening to get other information, because a lot of our information comes from hearing what's going on in the background.
So how effective is it to tell them don't chase if you're waiting to get information from them?
We tell them not to chase, and then that's on them if they do chase. I don't know what the difference is between telling them once or telling them 5 times.
Okay, help me understand. So it's a policy for y'all to say it, but it's not a policy to try to force them not to or try to convince them not to?
It's our job to take the call and put the information in, and what a person does on their own will is what they do.
So it's a policy to protect 911.
We told her to go back to the scene, which
After-
is in our policy.
After getting the tag number, correct?
If they can safely get the tag number, we'll take it down
I'm
for the
specifically
officers.
talking about this audio here.
Yes,
It was after you got the phone number, the tag number, that you said, okay, now I'd like you to go back to the location, correct? Or the individual on the 911?
I thought she told her before
Okay,
she got the tag and then after.
would you like me to refresh your memory?
Sure.
Okay. We'll play this again. And just number 2. We'll better yet.
Clayton County 911, what's the location of your emergency?
If we could just hold that up.
I'm on Clark Powell in Forest Parkway, the intersection. I actually called about 20 minutes ago for an accident, and no one has shown up yet. But I
If I may approach it, these are the transcripts of the 911 first. And this is the second. And what I'm specifically asking is, and you can read this page and the next page to refresh your memory,
Okay.
and then I'll ask questions about that.
Okay.
Okay, so from hearing the audio and looking at the transcripts of the 911 tape, it was said one time, please ma'am, don't chase, and nothing else was said until the tag was given to him, correct?
Correct, but she did tell her that we don't want her to chase him. She asked her if she could get his tag number, and when she advised that she was chasing him, they said not to do that.
She never advised she was chasing them, correct?
She said she's catching up to him,
Okay.
and that's when they told her that we did not want her to chase him.
And then what was said after that?
That we wanted her to be safe.
Okay, and what was said after that?
She said she understood, and we told her that it was not safe for her to chase him.
Excuse me. I understand. Okay. So, in those conversations, did you say, do not chase, or did it was said one time, and then it was a radio pause or audio pause until she gave the number, correct?
She said, we actually do not want you to chase him. Your defendant said, I understand. And then we said, it is not safe to chase him. So we said it twice.
Okay, and upon that, what happened? What was said after that?
Or look at the
After
lawyer
that,
behind him.
The
She's like,
defendant advised that she understood 100%
Okay,
and that she was just going to get his tag number.
right, yeah. She said, okay, I got you. I'm not going to do it. Blah,
the
blah, blah.
entire one.
I don't think so,
County
Steph.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on Clark Powell in Forest Parkway, the intersection. I actually called about 20 minutes ago for an accident, and no one has shown up yet. But I am under the impression that the guy that caused the accident, who ran the red light, is drunk, and he's gotten back in his car, and he's looking like he's trying to drive away.
Okay, can you get his tag number?
Good morning, Gail.
Hold on, he's driving away. It's a red Dodge Dakota. Hold on.
Right, Steph. I know, Mickey, right?
Okay, so he is going west, down Fort Parkway.
Good morning, Kel.
Tag number?
No, but I'm catching up to him right now.
Okay, ma'am, we actually do not want you to chase him. We just want you to be safe. And it's
I
not
understand.
safe.
I
I
understand.
understand 100%. I'm just
100%.
gonna get the tag number, if nothing else. But I'm going west down Fort Parkway. And almost up to it. I mean, his radiator is busted and everything. Quite I have no idea how he's driving his truck the way that it is. Okay. It is a Georgia Tech license plate is R8A as in Apple 4859.
Okay. So, if you can go back to that location where the incident happened, it's because someone is actually on the way to you guys now.
Okay, well, there's a police officer there, but he is drunk. I'm sorry, but I'm here to tell you I'm not going to follow him, because he is going to cause another accident. So I'm going to stay behind him until an officer can get to us, but until then, I'm not moving.
Yeah, no, that's what I was.
All right, ma'am. So you heard the conversation again, and that appears that in that conversation, when they're asking, did you get his tag number? What did it sound like she was doing? Did it sound like she was moving forward or running with the phone or trying to get to her car? What did it sound like to
Obviously,
you?
there's that speculation.
Ah.
We can't speculate to what the defendant was doing.
Okay,
Right.
I'll rephrase it.
Okay, so I'll sustain the objection.
In your experience as a 911 operator, when somebody's on the phone and breathing heavy or sounding as if what you just heard, in your experience, what would you conclude is going on?
I mean, I couldn't come to a conclusion. She could be outside and the wind could be blowing.
Okay. So, but during that period of time that was elapsing, is it the training that is told to say, ma'am, do not chase? Is it told when they say, you didn't get the tag? Is it training that they tell you to say, don't chase at that time?
When we find out that they are pursuing, that's when we let them know not to do it.
Okay, so when they asked, so you couldn't get the tag, and she said, kind of, no, I didn't. At that time, you're supposed to say, do not chase, be safe.
If she said she was following the vehicle, then yes.
Okay, and then from that point, and I don't know if you caught it, I was timing it over here. There is a gap, a significant gap of about 37 seconds. That radio contact with her and 911 is just blank. Is that the policy just to kind of sit back and hear and wait? Or is it to go ahead and say, our policy is not to chase. Please do not chase, our policy. Or what happens? What does training teach you?
I can't say what the operator was doing. I wasn't there. I could say what I think happened, but I can't say for sure what
Okay,
was
but
going
I'm
on.
asking about training, the training that they go through to be able to handle calls like this. In the training, are they taught to, if there's a gap or you hear that somebody chases, continuously tell them, do not chase? Or is it the policy to say, well, let's see what happens?
We don't continuously tell them. We tell them, we wait for them to talk back to us, but again, I'm not the one that took the call, so I can't speculate on what was going on in that dispatcher's brain.
And I'm not speculating about that. I'm asking about the training. You said every one of them gets this training. The training, are they taught to continuously tell them not to chase, or you say it once and then you sit back to see what happens?
Judge, I'm trying to get some leeway, but he's asked this question about 10 times. She's
I've
given
not
the
heard
same
a yes or
answer.
no.
Wait, all
10 times.
Okay, just be reminded that we have a court reporter that cannot record two voices at the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you'd allow the objection to be complete, Attorney Tucker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And for the official, the objection is asked and answered.
right, and your response, Attorney
Your Honor,
Tucker?
I have not heard, I'm asking specific yes or no questions. I have not heard a response of yes or no and then an explanation. I've heard someone trying to say speculation, but I'm asking for a yes or no, and I've not heard that.
Okay, so I am going to sustain the objection. I believe she has answered the question several times, so the objection is sustained.
Okay,
He did the same thing yesterday,
all right, so.
but
the
she
gap
never
of,
objected.
say, what I estimated was 37 seconds. during that period of time, you did not hear on this tape her say, do not chase during that gap, correct? And the gap would be from when the 911 was over talking, when she was talking and you couldn't clearly hear what was being said, but it does appear that she says, I understand, and kind of in the background, the other operator saying, it's not safe to chase him. In that gap from that point on, did you hear the 911 operator say, do not chase, do not chase?
No.
Okay. And you stated earlier, and I wrote it down, you stated earlier that
I agree, Kel.
only certain people can accept or hold these 911 tapes, correct?
He should have that
In the beginning
memorized.
of your testimony.
In our department, only certain people can access them.
Okay, and who is Tim White?
He used to be the open records, the person that pulled the open record tape, the audio.
Okay, and during this period of time when this audio was taken, was he over all that at that time?
I don't remember.
Have you ever met Tim White?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you stated earlier too that it cannot be altered or changed in any form or fashion, correct?
Correct.
Has there ever been an occasion while you've been working there where there's a gap and it could not be explained in the 911 tape?
Uh-oh, Abigail.
A
What do you
gap,
mean a
like
gap?
just a radio silence or a clip that's missing or a gap?
I mean, there have been times when the system has failed.
And when the system fails, does it leave a gap in the 911 tape, or how does it fail?
We wouldn't have audio. We wouldn't have an audio recording. I don't work with IT, so I'm not sure how to answer some of these questions.
And I don't want you to go down the road that you're not familiar with, but I'm just asking, so those times have occurred when there's been some kind of gap or some kind of alter to the 911 tape because it was not recorded, correct?
It hasn't been altered. There's been times when the system would malfunction and it wouldn't record anything, but not when somebody was on a phone call.
Okay. And to your knowledge, on that one tape, there was no notes that it didn't catch the audio, it didn't record the audio on that second call.
She behind him is like giving him all the
Thank you so much.
looks. I could feel her eyes roll all the way over here. She's like, oh my God. He's like, what is that saying, that phrase? It's like beating a dead horse or something like that. Sheesh. Good morning, everyone that's came in. I wanted to say hi to everybody that's popped in. Welcome, welcome, everybody that's popping in. Mary Lou. Elizabeth's back. Hey, Kel. Right, Steph, I know. Exactly. Right. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Amelia. The word of the day. The word of the day.
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear to affirm the testimony that you will provide to this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand, take a seat in that chair, and pull yourself up to the microphone. There's a court reporter here. She'll be taking down everything you say, so make sure you speak clearly into the microphone.
Okay.
All right, would you please state and spell your name for the record?
Tiana McCraney, TEAUNA, MCC, RANNY.
And Ms. McCraney, Are you familiar with the area of Forest Parkway at the intersection of Riverdale Road?
No. Not too familiar, but I was there.
But have you traveled that area before?
Yes.
And were you in the area of Forest Parkway and Riverdale Road on May 7, 2019?
Yes.
Now, do you recall why you were in that area that day?
I dropped a coworker off from work at her house.
And what road were you actually traveling on? Do you recall?
No, I'm not good with directions.
Okay, I'm going to show you what has been previously introduced as State's Exhibit 2A for demonstrative purposes.
All right, guys, I gotta take a pee break. I'm gonna mute the turn my camera off, and but keep the feed playing. I will be right back.
So is that the area where you were traveling on May 7, 2019?
Yes.
Now, as you look at that area on that map, can you tell me which road you were actually traveling on? And if you need to take a closer look, Your Honor, make sure you step down.
Yes. This was the highway? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going down this road.
Which would be Riverdale Road?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with an incident involving a shooting that took place in that area on May 7, 2019?
Yes.
Okay, and can you explain to this court what you observed?
I was in the lane closest to that little, I guess, divider. That's where the crosswalk is.
You can get down and point to explain.
I was coming down here in this little area right here. It was like a pickup truck right there, and a Jeep came and like ran over this little spot and blocked him.
Okay.
And blocked him from driving, so he abruptly braked. And it caught my attention because it was like really aggressive. I thought it was just road rage at the time. And then a woman popped out of the car and she said, "Get the F out of the truck," to him a bunch of times. And she pulled out a gun, and I remember there was a lot of traffic. So we couldn't really move, and people started honking to get the heck out of the way. And I remember her back was to me, because I was really close to them. And I didn't really have anywhere to go. I was blocked in. And she was talking to him. I don't remember what they were saying at this time anymore, but I remember he backed up a little bit and he hit her truck and she jumped through the window and started fighting him. At that time, people were really honking and I had a little bit of space to move up, so I pulled into the lane that they would have been in to pull over because I knew I was gonna stay. And then call the cops. So I was on the phone with the cops at the time.
Okay, so when you first saw the Dodge Dakota, he was merging from Forest Parkway onto Riverdale Road?
Yes.
And then you observed the Jeep. How did she maneuver the vehicle once he merged onto Riverdale Road? Did she come around his vehicle?
Yeah, she went around his vehicle and blocked him from being able to go anywhere.
Now, when the Dodge Dakota was cut off, did it hit the Jeep at that time?
No, it was close, but he didn't hit her.
Now, can you explain the traffic conditions on that day on Riverdale Road?
It was busy both ways, like blocked. And I remember there was a cop. There was a cop car at the highway. Like, I don't know what they were doing, but it was a lot of traffic. It was like very congested.
So was traffic moving?
It was moving, but it was very slow.
Now, when you saw the Jeep jump the median and block the Dodge Dakota, when did the person jump out of that Jeep?
Immediately.
And when the person jumped out of that Jeep, where did they go?
Straight to his window on the driver's side.
Now, as you sit here in the courtroom today, do you see the person that was driving that Jeep?
Yes.
And can you identify that person by where they're sitting in the courtroom and what they're wearing?
Yellow, dress casual outfit right there.
All right, let the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant in open court. Now, when the defendant jumped out of the Jeep and headed toward the Dodge Dakota, what, if anything, did you hear her say?
I heard her say, "Get the F out the car." She just kept cussing at him. "Get the F out the car."
Now, could you tell whether Mr. Herring's window was up or down?
I don't believe that it was completely up or down, but I don't remember. I'm not gonna say.
But how close was the defendant to his window?
Very close to his window.
And can you describe the defendant's demeanor?
Aggressive.
Now, were you able to see Mr. Herring inside of his vehicle during this incident?
Yes.
And what did you observe of Mr. Herring?
He looked confused.
And could you recall if he was saying anything back to the defendant?
Not at this time. I did, but I don't remember anymore what he said.
Now, at any point in time when you observed the altercation, did you see Mr. Herring's hands at any time come out of the truck?
No.
Could you see him attack the defendant in any way?
No. I mean, I did see a struggle after she jumped in his car, jumped through his window.
So the defendant jumps over the median and cuts Mr. Herring's vehicle off.
Yes.
And you're saying she immediately jumped out of the truck and went towards his driver's side window, cursing, telling him to get out of the car. And at some point, there's a struggle.
Oh, yes.
And at what point in time did she jump inside of the vehicle?
After he hit her Jeep.
Now, what is the defendant doing at the driver's side window before Mr. Herring kind of hits her Jeep?
Holding him at gunpoint and cussing at him.
Now, when did you observe the defendant take out the gun and point it at Mr. Herring?
Very shortly after she got out of her truck.
Was it before or after he hit her vehicle?
Before.
Now, did you observe the defendant actually shoot Mr. Herring?
No.
You had pulled your car up prior to that?
Yes.
Now, you made a 911 call during this incident, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what has been previously marked as Exhibit 6. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
And what do you recognize it to be?
My 911 call.
And how are you able to recognize that that is the 911 call you made?
I listened to it and initialed it. My initials.
And as you listen to it, is it the same 911 call that you made on May 7th, 2019?
Yes.
All right, state moves into evidence. State Exhibit 6.
Any objection?
Presuming once again, once it starts, she hears the 911, it's her voice, no objection.
Okay, admitted without objection.
All right, permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes.
It's a hold on, sweetheart. Call it about Fort
Back.
Parkway, Riverdale Road. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. I want the intersection of Phoenix Boulevard and Riverdale, right before the highway. Is this woman? Okay, so sorry, they got it was like a merging lane, and then it was a merging lane, and then she like stopped the patient and went around him for no reason because it was constantly pumping traffic, and then he almost hit her because he did that, so he braked suddenly, but she got mad, hopped out her car, and then she pulled out her gun and started screaming at him. He was like, "What the heck?" And then she was like, "I'm just serious," and she started hitting him. Yes.
Okay, and where are you guys?
We're right by the exit of 285 West and 65 North, and it's like Phoenix Boulevard goes one way.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I got it. Where I'm it. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, yeah, Mickey. That sounds good. Lots of blueberry. Hmm. VD. Oh my god.
Yes, ma'am. Are you still there?
Sorry, I'm still here.
Oh, she's crying.
Pulled out a gun.
Yes,
Did you shoot the gun?
we heard a gunshot, and one guy got in his car, and he was like, "Yo, we need an ambulance." Now I'm locked in. The guy was like, "We need an ambulance." I don't know if he shot him or not. But I did. Well, you know, did he shot him? He shot him.
Oh my god.
What type of vehicle were they in?
She didn't want he was in like a, hold on. It's like a brown pickup. It's a small motor.
Okay.
And she's a dude.
Okay, we have somebody on top, okay?
They're there already. But okay.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
When you saw the defendant cut Mr. Herring's vehicle off, what was her demeanor?
Your Honor, I judge speculation. She doesn't know this name, she doesn't know what her demeanor would be, therefore I believe this is speculation.
Your response, Lady.
Your Honor, she can testify about anything she observed as far as the defendant's actions on that day.
So I'm going to overrule the objection. The witness can certainly testify as to her personal observation and what she concluded from her observation.
I did not see her in her Jeep when she got out. She was immediately aggressive.
Pretty much, Kel.
I didn't understand what was going on. I just thought it was like road rage at the time. Maybe I didn't understand, but that was the first time I saw her when she actually got out of the truck and went immediately.
Hey, Karen, seeing diamonds.
And
Welcome,
you said
welcome this
shortly after
morning.
She jumped out of that Jeep, she pulled her gun
Yeah. Yes.
and went immediately to Mr. Herring's window.
Yes.
Big bird.
Did you ever see her attempt to de-escalate the situation?
No, I don't recall her trying to de-escalate anything.
And as you sit here today, you stated that Mr. Herring looked confused.
Yes.
Now, when she blocked Mr. Herring's vehicle in, did she block it in a way where he was able to maneuver around her or get away?
No. Being that because she did that abruptly when he was actually about to go and he had to jerk and stop, he was very close to her car. I don't believe that he could have backed up and been able to go around her, especially without hitting her since she was in front of his window on the driver's side.
And did you ever see him physically get out of that vehicle?
No.
Now, did you observe Mr. Herring after he was shot?
No.
Did you observe the defendant after Mr. Herring was shot?
Yes.
And what was her demeanor at that time?
Calm. Like, aloof. When I saw her, she had the gun and the cops were coming, and she just was like, here, gave it to them. Like I don't know. There wasn't a lot of emotion there.
All right, give me one moment. Now, you testified that you observed Mr. Herring hit the defendant's Jeep.
Yes.
Where was the defendant standing when that happened?
His driver's, where she was the whole time.
So she wasn't in front of his vehicle?
And there was not space for her to be in front of his vehicle, no.
So he wouldn't have been attempting to run her over?
No.
Now, you talked about the altercation and that happened inside of the vehicle between the defendant and Mr. Herring. Could you see what was happening with their hands?
I just remember her hitting him. I started to pull up because it was getting because she had that gun, I didn't want to risk a stray bullet being right behind them, so I started pulling up. And I heard the shot when I was like in front of, it was a truck, I believe, but I pulled up. So I don't remember too much. I just remember she started hitting him and I just drove away.
Now, as she's hitting Mr. Herring, could you see what Mr. Herring was doing at the time?
No.
Did you see him respond and hit her back?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Have a good day at work, Mary Lou.
All right, no further questions.
Attorney Tucker, cross-examination.
Ms. McCrane?
Yes.
My name's Matt Tucker. I'm the attorney for Ms. Payne here. I have a few questions to ask. So your testimony you gave so and it's Ms. McCrane?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Matt Tucker. I'm the attorney for Ms. Payne here. I have a few questions to ask. So your testimony you gave so far is that she jumped over the curb and cut this vehicle off, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you saw where they ended up because you were right behind them or right in front of them?
Yes. Are you asking me for clarification?
Yes, ma'am. Were you in front of them or behind them?
I was.
Yeah, now's the time to do it, Kel.
I was like this, side by side, so
for
they
sure.
were merging, and they would have been in the next lane to me if he had been able to keep driving. But there was a yield right there, so he's waiting for traffic.
So you say there was a yield sign there?
I believe so. Well, they need to yield to traffic because they were merging into a lane.
Okay, what I'm asking you from what you saw that day, did you see a yield sign?
I don't remember.
Okay. And you're saying that you were side by side?
Originally, yes.
Side by side the Jeep or the truck?
The truck.
Okay. So then you would be behind the Jeep, correct?
Sure, yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you if you remember, and if you like, if Your Honor, if I may approach.
Yes.
I, what I have here are pictures of the end results from that day. Do you recall seeing this in this kind of manner? Okay. And having seen that, is that a fair and accurate representation of what you recall happening that day?
Yes.
And that's exactly how you saw the vehicles at the end?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, I would like to tender defense exhibit number 6, number 4, and number 7.
6, 4, and 7. Any objection from the state? No objection, Your Honor. Admitted
All right,
without
good.
objection.
And if I may publish them to the jurors.
You may.
Look at them one more time. All right.
You're not gonna be able to use it. I think she's got the buttons cut off. Try it. IT has that cut off because of the update. You can't use the practice menu.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to have the patience for him either. But we have an up close view of his tie, his yellow tie.
All right, so. If I may publish it, please.
Hello, everybody coming in. Hi, I saw somebody, Diana. Hi, Diana. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, our next
So the
president.
picture you have in front of you, as you can see, that's the way the truck and the car ended up, correct?
Yes.
Where's the median in that picture?
There's no median from this angle in this picture.
Okay.
It's behind it.
Okay, so there's that.
Okay.
You see the median?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any need to jump that median for those vehicles to end up in that position?
No.
So your testimony was that she jumped the median. Now that you've refreshed your memory, do you believe that she jumped the median?
She's ready to get sassy.
She did go around him, but
Hey, Sherry Jones. Good morning.
I see the pictures, but I do believe that she ran over the median.
Okay, if she ran over the median as it's here,
Yeah, I see it.
okay, would she have ended up in that position in front of the truck if the truck was stopped, as you said, waiting to merge into traffic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Payne, you have to articulate so that our court reporter can record when you do, et cetera.
Oh,
She's
okay.
not able to? Thank you.
Yes. Gotcha. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
I agree, Diana.
Knowing
I
what
really
median
like
is
her a
from that
lot.
picture, refreshing your memory from the pictures in front of you. For the vehicles to be in that position, was it necessary for a car to jump a median to be there?
No.
Okay, so having seen that and seen these pictures, do you recall that she did or did not jump the median to get in front?
No.
Okay. So do you recall writing a statement to the police on that day?
Yes.
If I may approach, Your Honor. This would be defense exhibit number 6 that she's reviewing.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning, Steph.
6. I'm sorry.
She is calm, but I would love to see her exactly have a diva moment. I would like to see her lose her temper for just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that would be cool, Diana. I like
Does that
Judge
look like
Newman.
a fair and accurate representation of what you wrote that day?
Yes.
Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, I would like to introduce defense exhibit number 8.
Any objection from the state? No objection, Your Honor. Maybe without objection.
All right, now that you've had time to review that document, did you ever mention about a Jeep jumping a median to cut off the truck?
No.
Okay. And looking at that statement you made, your testimony here today is that she jumped out with a gun and held him at gunpoint, correct?
Yes.
Okay. From that statement you wrote right there, did you say anything about her jumping out with a gun and holding him at gunpoint?
No.
Okay. And in fact, in that statement, you said that they started hitting and then a gun was pulled, correct?
No.
Okay. What did you say?
She cut him off and he had to brake suddenly and he almost hit her by like an inch. Then she hopped out so quickly, screaming, and pulled up her shirt with her gun. Then she started hitting him.
Okay. Now, the part there that he did not hit the vehicle at the beginning, correct?
Yes.
But then you did state that he did ram the vehicle or hit the vehicle, correct?
Yes.
So there was a space between them that he didn't hit. He had an area of space between the two vehicles, correct? There was no accident at that time.
Yes.
And I believe in your testimony it said he could have backed up and left without hitting her, correct?
Right after.
You just stated it a second ago. You said he could have pulled back and gone away without hitting her.
No, there was no space between their vehicles for her to be in front of him to hit her, and she was at his driver's window, so if he was trying to get away, he would have hit her.
Okay, ma'am, your testimony just a minute ago, you said that
He's twisting
she was
all
at
the
window,
words.
and he could have
Yes.
backed up.
He's trying to
and
get-
drove off without hitting her.
Okay, I don't recall saying that, and if I did say that, I don't agree, because she was at his driver's window, so, no.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if the court reporter can repeat back exactly what she said, but if it is possible, I'd like for the reporter to allow her to hear what she said previously.
Yeah, he's getting it wrong, and I think
Yes.
the court reporter's looking for the question. Seriously, that stroke must have messed up his brain function. Yeah, apparently this lawyer has had a stroke in the past. Just so you know.
And in the meantime, Yara, if I may publish the other paper.
Here in a few minutes, I'm going to have to start waiting for Eli to get off the school bus. And then I'm going to be moving my computer to the bedroom because Dale is up and awake. And, yeah, I'm going to go in there and go to the bedroom so it's not loud whenever Eli gets home. I wonder how Hannah's dad is faring right now with all of this lull and quiet in the courtroom. Notice the camera isn't like positioned on him, so he was sleeping like a little kitten.
When the Dodge Dakota was cut off, did it hit the Jeep at that time? The witness said no, it was close, but he didn't hit her. And then Ms. Hunter asks, can you explain the traffic on Riverdale Road? It was busy both ways, blocked. There was a cop car at the highway. I don't know what they were doing, but a lot of traffic. It was very congested. Does that sound around the point you're talking about?
It's the question, line of questioning she was asking, and then she asked about could he pull away, and
jeez. I know, Steph, right? I agree, Diana. The thing is how long has he been her lawyer from the beginning? Or, I don't know. Like you would think. He seems very, what's the word I'm looking, inept? Is that the word?
Now, when she blocked Mr. Herring's vehicle, and did she block it in a way where she was able to go around her he was able to go around her vehicle and get away? No, I don't believe he could have backed up and then been able to go around her, especially without hitting her since she was to the front of his window on the driver's side. Did you see him physically get out of that vehicle? No.
So basically you were saying that she was at the front side of his window, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but you said she jumped in his window.
Okay.
How could she have jumped in his window and been in the front of his window?
She was at his driver's door. Just want to be clear. She was at his driver's door.
So she was at his driver's door. She wasn't in the window. She hadn't jumped in the window, correct?
Not at the time.
Okay. And
that's what I was kind of coming at,
you
Abigail.
Were at the side of the vehicle, the side of the Jeep or the side of the truck?
The side of the truck, since they're in the same lane, both of them.
So they were in the same lane? Is that a lane right there?
I know, I'm thinking the same thing. Especially with the, like,
Yes.
previous issues with him
you're
not
telling me that the
being there.
truck is in a lane and the Jeep is in the lane, but the lane is going straight forward according to that diagram right there beside you?
No.
Okay, so there's a lane that's going straight and a lane that is merging, correct?
Right.
And you said there was a yield there, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if the Jeep appears to be going straight down that one lane, correct?
Yes. To the picture. Yeah.
Okay, so your testimony here today says she jumped a median, that you did not see a median that she could have jumped in that picture, correct?
Yes.
And by jumping this median, somehow she got in front of him and stopped him where he could not go around.
Yes.
Okay, is there space to go around as you look at that picture right there?
This is
The
not a
lawyer
picture that
behind
was
him just
taken
rolled her eyes
during
again.
This, everyone moved out of the way. So I wouldn't say this is an accurate assessment to go off of, especially if I'm saying there's a bunch of traffic and we don't see any other cars here. There was not space at the time with the other cars around when this did happen.
So you're saying that you agree that is the end result of the two vehicles, correct?
Yes, I can see
Okay.
right here.
And you're telling me that there was a car on the right side of the truck?
The left side
I agree.
Okay.
of the truck.
All right, if you flip the, I'm sorry, if I may approach it. So, if you land it this way.
She's like, I am so done with you right now.
I'll speak loud.
And so I can hear, please.
Especially for a
So,
court
as you
reporter.
see the picture, as if the flow of traffic, right there, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see the right side of the truck, correct?
Yes.
All right, was there any cars on the right side of that truck?
At the time this happened, yes.
Why would there be a car on the right side of that truck? If that lane is merging into the other lane, why would there be a car on the other side of the truck?
You just told me, because I said no at first, that it was the left side. Which is where
She's
traffic
like,
would be.
excuse me.
When you came and approached me, you said it would be on the other side.
This commentary, I mean, I'm asking a specific question. If you're
There would be
confused
no
by my
cars on the
question-
right side.
Okay.
Wow.
And you are on the left side, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you could see the truck, but you could not see the Jeep. The Jeep would be in front of you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that you could see her jump into the window. That's what you initially said, but then you said no, she was outside the door, correct?
I said both.
Right?
So
'Cause
she
both
jumped in that
happened.
little small window right there.
Yes.
Okay. So while she's in the window,
Yes.
you can't see anything beyond the window, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You can't see any hands, you can't see what's going on because from your testimony, she's in the window.
Yes.
Okay. So how could you see her hitting him, or how could you see him being held at gunpoint if she's in the window?
Because when she got out of her vehicle, she had him at gunpoint. She pulled out her gun. Yes, she got out of her vehicle and she held him at gunpoint. He hit her vehicle. They started to fight. I moved up because I don't want to be by that.
So when you moved up, did you move up to where the Jeep was or past the Jeep?
I moved past both of them.
Okay. So it's fair to say that once you moved up past the Jeep, you couldn't see anything behind you.
It's fair, yes.
Okay. So you're saying that she came out, she's holding him at gunpoint, and she decides to jump into the vehicle. Why would she jump in the vehicle? Is it because you said he rammed her car? She just said it, Your Honor, I'm just clarifying, I'm sorry.
Okay, I believe he asked why would she do that?
Correct, what's your response?
Okay, I'll rephrase, Your Honor.
Okay, so sustained the objection, you can rephrase.
From the position you were at, watching what was going on, your testimony here today is that she was holding him at gunpoint and then jumped into the window, correct? I'm just trying to clarify so I can go forward because of the misconstrued that was said earlier, and that's the only reason I was to clarify.
So I'll overrule the objection and just allow the clarification. Go ahead, Attorney.
So that part is understood, correct?
She held him at gunpoint and he hit her car and they started to fight. Yes.
All right. And you said they started to fight.
Yes.
All right. Fighting before she jumped in the window, or how were they fighting? How could you see them fighting?
I saw her hit him. I began to move up. I looked back. She was more in his window. I didn't see what they had going on at that point. It's obviously that they're fighting. And I pulled in front of them so that I could call the cops.
Okay, so you said before she jumped in the window, from your testimony, they were fighting, correct? You saw her hit him, correct?
Yes.
Which hand did she hit him with?
I don't remember.
Which hand was the gun in?
I believe it was her. I don't remember.
Thank you. Okay, now, did you say anything in your initial report to the police about her jumping in the window?
In my initial report.
Yes, and if you need to refresh.
Yes.
No.
Can I? And you said, did I say anything about?
Jumping in the window.
No.
Okay. And at the point that you say an argument or a fight pursued, you had pulled in front of both vehicles, so you couldn't see really what was going on.
Yes.
But you could see clearly the truck hit the Jeep, correct?
Yes.
And he had previously not hit the Jeep before she came to the window, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But there were no cars on the right side of the truck, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you called 911 at the very beginning, you said something to the effect of she shot him, and the second time it sounded like you said she shot him, as if it were a question. Were you speaking to somebody else when you asked that question?
Yes.
Okay. And you were speaking to either confirm what you said or to, what were you asking the other person that you said did she shot him?
Yes, I was confirming.
Okay. And who were you speaking to?
The other side of the street, people were screaming that she shot him. So I just confirmed with them.
Okay, but you said that you couldn't see her shoot him, and is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
And that you were in a position where you could not see back anything after, as you said, she jumped in the window, correct?
Yes.
So you didn't see him shoot him, correct?
Right, yes.
Okay. And you didn't see anything after he rammed her car, and as you said, she jumped in the window?
Yes, I pulled up.
Okay. All right. Now, after the situation, did you hear the story on the news?
No,
You didn't?
I
Okay.
don't watch the news.
Okay. Had anybody talked to you about the situation?
No.
Nobody called to talk to you, to follow up on what you wrote by the police?
Oh, a news reporter did, like a news channel.
Okay. A news channel did contact you, correct?
Yes.
And you talked to this new, I'm not gonna ask you the content because that's hearsay. But in your explanation, did you give the same story to the news that you're giving today in testimony, or did you give the story that you wrote down?
I don't remember.
You don't remember, okay. But you do remember talking to the media, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you talk to anybody else after speaking with the media?
Yes.
Okay. And
Bonnie?
and that's fair. I'm not throwing trick questions out here. I'm just asking. Okay, so you talked to
You're
the state.
totally throwing trick
Did you
questions
talk
out
to
there,
the law
dude.
enforcement?
Yes.
Okay. And
Lord have mercy.
in those statements there, did you ever have an interview down at the Clayton County Police Department?
No.
Okay. So basically, your statements of what occurred were written down on that document that you wrote, correct?
Yes.
And what you told to the media, correct?
Yes.
And what you told to the state, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And today you're testifying that she came out of the vehicle, held him at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He rammed her vehicle.
Yes.
She jumped in the window.
Yes.
And then you pulled in front so you couldn't see anything else.
Yes.
And one more thing. You said that you did hear an exchange between the driver of the truck and Miss Payne, correct?
Yes.
You just couldn't understand the words that were being said?
The main
They
thing I
played the
remember is her saying
911
that-
tape earlier, Joanna.
But no, I don't remember their dialogue.
Okay.
A
But it
couple
was
of
loud
times.
on both sides, correct?
Some. I was able to hear, I don't remember what he said, but I heard some of what he said. I didn't hear all of what he said. Just her, I heard her a lot.
But you heard some of what he said?
Yes.
What did he say?
I, again, don't remember. I just remember I heard it. I remembered last year, but I don't remember anymore. I don't want to make anything up.
So you remembered it last year, correct? And you don't remember it today?
Right.
Did you write it down, or did you tell anybody last year what you heard and what you recall?
I recorded it. I don't have the recording. But no, other than that, no.
Why did you feel you had to record it?
I didn't want to forget.
But here you are today, at the time of trial, and you didn't listen to that recording?
She said she does not remember, she does not recall.
She said she recorded it, and she recorded it for her memory, and I'm asking her, did she listen to that recording today or before today?
So I'll overrule the objection and allow her to answer.
So did you listen to that recording before coming here today?
Fair call, fair
I
call.
don't have that phone anymore.
But your intent to record it was so that you could remember it for today?
It was.
And you stated that, hold on a second. Okay, now, and just to clarify, one last question, I'll be there. You're stating when you moved forward, you couldn't see what was going on at the vehicle, correct?
That's correct.
So when you moved forward, what was the last thing you
That's
saw?
cute,
Her in the
Diana.
window of the truck?
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to give me an or, but yes.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because we've been up here a little while. So the
Be
last
right
thing
back.
you
Gotta go
remember
get
seeing
kiddo
her
off the
in
bus.
the window.
Yes.
No further questions.
And you need to match, very briefly,
right, Ms. McCraney, you have Defense's Exhibit 8 in front of you. And that is a copy of your statement.
Yes.
Can you read that statement?
The merging lane on Forest Parkway and Riverdale Road, I was coming down the right lane before the merge. She cut him off and he had to brake suddenly and he almost hit her by like an inch. Then she hopped out so quickly screaming. And pulled her shirt up with her gun. Then she started hitting him. I pulled up when I saw the gun. He hit her car. Then she started hitting him. I was like 1 foot in front of the car and called the cops. We heard a shot. There were 2 cops at the highway merge that came.
And you made this statement and wrote this statement on May 7th, 2019?
Yes.
Which was the same day the incident occurred?
Yes.
On the same day that you observed what happened that day?
Yes.
And as you stated in your statement, he almost came within 1 inch of hitting the defendant's vehicle?
Yes.
So when the defendant keeps characterizing that he rammed her vehicle, is that accurate?
No.
How would you describe it?
It would have been like a fender bender. He didn't have a lot of space to do really any damage to her vehicle. So.
All right, no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Are we through with this witness? May she be excused?
No, Your Honor, I have to cross.
You may proceed, Attorney Tucker. Go ahead.
All right. So, as you were referring back to your statement,
Yes.
you said that she came up, she pulled her shirt up with a gun, and you pulled up right when you saw that, correct? That's what your statement said?
I don't believe that's what I read. Can I get the statement back, please? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, what was your question?
Okay, you stated that. You said that you saw her come out screaming. She started hitting him and pulled, and then you pulled up. So you said you saw her immediately get out of the car, pull a gun, started hitting him, and then you pulled up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you pulled up, how could you see anything else occur? According to your statement you wrote then.
Yes.
So how could you see anything else go on once you pulled up?
I did not.
Okay, and in your statement here, you didn't say anything about her jumping in the window, correct?
I did not.
But you said you pulled up about a foot in front of the car, correct?
Yeah, I was like a foot in front of the car.
So how could you have pulled up and been like a foot in front of the car? Were you in front of the car, to the side of the car?
I was to the side of the car.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I was very shaken that day. I wanted to be as detailed as possible, but my thoughts were jumbled. So this is not exactly in chronological order here.
Okay, but you said you were jumbled and you were trying to be as specific as you could, correct?
Yes, and I wanted to write more, but there was not a lot of space. So I put to what I thought was necessary at the time.
So your statement here today is when they handed you paper to write, that you felt you had to keep it as short as that paper? Or the lines given?
Yes.
What's on the back of that paper you wrote?
Nothing.
Could you have written on the back of the paper?
Possibly, yes. Yes.
And because you were jumbled and you were saying you pulled up 1 foot in front of the vehicle, that may not have been accurate because you were a little bit jumbled and trying to be precise, right?
I was like a foot in front of a car when I called the cops.
Okay.
I pulled up after that.
So you say like a foot.
Yes.
So when you say like a foot, it could have been more than a foot, it could have been less, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you state that it was like 1 inch, it's the same concept. It could have been like an inch, it could have been more, it could have been less, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. And you keep smiling. Do you find this comical?
No. It's a coping mechanism, but I feel like I don't know. Yeah.
Councilors, please approve.
And no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything further from the state? Nothing further, Your Honor. Okay. May this witness be excused? She may.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McLean. Let's step down.
Again, councilors, would you please approach?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, good news is I'm going to give you an early lunch break today. It's now 11:25. I would just ask that you return at about 12:45 so that we can promptly start at 1 o'clock. You've been great so far in terms of adhering to the time frames that I've given, and so I'll allow you to go for a break at this time. Again, I do want you to be comfortable, so if you need to grab an additional sweater or a cushion or anything, certainly feel free. Again, the instructions that I've given previously still apply. No discussions with anyone, no electronic communications about the case, no research. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch.
Okay, guys, what should we do? I missed the last several minutes because I was getting Eli off the school bus. So, what do we do? Should I cut it and then start back at 12:45 when, you know, and have a like part 2 of day 2? Is that what you think we should do? Steph, lunches, she said be back at 12:45.
Okay, thank you so much. You may be seated. Councils, is there anything that we have to address before we adjourn for lunch?
Nothing to finish.
Okay, thank you. So the court will stand recessed until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you all.
Okay, 1 o'clock. Restart 12:45. Okay. All right, that's what we'll do then. We shall do that. No, I'm gonna have to go back and watch what happened. Oh, let me rewind it and see what just happened, what I missed. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. If I could get, sorry, I know Eli's TV is like, "Rah!"
All right. So, as you were referring back to your statement,
Yes.
you said that she came up, she pulled her shirt up with a gun, and
Is this where I need to start it
pulled up
back?
right when you saw that, correct? That's what your statement said?
I don't believe that's what I read. Can I get the statement back, please? Yes.
Or do I need to go back further?
Thank you. Okay, what was your question?
Okay, you stated that. You said that you saw her come out screaming. She started hitting him and pulled, and then you pulled up. So you said you saw her immediately get out of the car, pull a gun, started hitting him, and then you pulled up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you pulled up, how could you see anything else occur? According to your statement you wrote then.
Yes.
So how could you see anything else go on once you pulled up?
I did not.
Okay, and in your statement here, you didn't say anything about her jumping in the window, correct?
I did not.
But you said you pulled up about a foot in front of the car, correct?
She said there was not much space
Yeah, I was
between
like a foot
them.
in front of the car.
So how could you have pulled up and been like a foot in front of the car? Were you in front of the car, to the side of the car?
I was to the side of the car.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I was very shaken that day. I wanted to be as detailed as possible, but my thoughts were jumbled. So this is not exactly in chronological order here.
Okay, but you said you were jumbled and you were trying to be as specific as you could, correct?
Yes, and I wanted to write more, but there was not a lot of space. So I put to what I thought was necessary at the time.
So your statement here today is when they handed you paper to write, that you felt you had to keep it as short as that paper? Or was those lines given?
Yes.
What's on the back of that paper you wrote?
Nothing.
Could you have written on the back of the paper?
Possibly, yes. Yes.
And because you were jumbled and you were saying you pulled up 1 foot in front of the vehicle, that may not have been accurate because you you were a little bit jumbled and trying to be precise, right?
I was like a foot in front of a car when I called the cops.
Okay.
I pulled up after that.
So you say like a foot.
Yes.
So when you say like a foot, it could have been more than a foot, it could have been less, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you state that it was like 1 inch, it's the same concept. It could have been like an inch, it could have been more, it could have been less, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. And you keep smiling. Do you find this comical?
No. It's a coping mechanism, but I feel like I don't know.
Council's please approve.
Wow. She's probably like, I find you comical, not the situation. Oh my goodness. I need to go back. Because I thought, hold on a minute. I'm going to go back further and see what. Because I had my earbuds in and could hear while I was like getting him off the bus.
Objection and just allow the clarification. Go ahead.
But I wasn't looking at my phone.
That
I could
part
just
is
hear
okay,
things,
correct.
but I was like missing
she held him at
stuff.
gunpoint and he
in between.
hit her car and they started. Yes.
All right. And you said 2 vehicles, correct?
Yes, I can see
Okay.
right here.
And you're telling me that there was a car on the right side of the truck?
The left side
Okay.
of the truck.
All right, if you flip it. I'm sorry. If I may correct you. So if your legs are coming this way, they're coming this way. You
Yeah.
need the right side.
Okay, I remember that part.
So as you see the picture,
So let me
you could see.
get past.
I'm just trying to clarify so I can go forward because of the misconstrued that was said earlier, and that's the only reason I was clarifying.
So I'll overrule the objection and just allow the clarification. Go ahead, Attorney.
So that part is understood, correct?
She held him at gunpoint and he hit her car and they started. Yes.
All right. And you said they started to fight.
Yes.
All right. Fighting before she jumped in the window, or how were they fighting? How could you see them fighting?
I saw her hit him. I began to move up. I looked back. She was more in his window. I didn't see what they had going on at that point. It's obviously that they're fighting. And I pulled in front of them so that I could call the cops.
Okay, so you said before she jumped in the window, from your testimony, they were fighting, correct? You saw her hit him, correct?
Yes.
Which hand did she hit him with?
I don't remember.
Which hand was the gun in?
I believe it was her. I don't remember.
Thank you. Okay, now, did you say anything in your initial report to the police about her jumping in the window?
In my initial report.
Yes, and if you need to refresh.
Yes.
Love.
Can I?
Hmm.
You said, did I say anything about?
Jumping in the window.
No.
Okay. And at the point that you say an argument or a fight pursued, you had pulled in front of both vehicles, so you couldn't see really what was going on.
Yes.
But you could see clearly the truck hit the Jeep, correct?
Yes.
And he had previously not hit the Jeep before she came to the window, correct?
Yes.
But there were no cars on the right side of the truck, correct?
The way he asks the questions is so, like,
Yes.
he twists
Now,
them up
when
in
you
so many
called
different
911,
ways that she's like,
at the
okay, I
very
don't know what
beginning,
you're asking me.
you said something to the effect of she shot him, and the second time it sounded like you said she shot him, as if it were a question. Were you speaking to somebody else when you asked that question?
Yes.
Okay. And you were speaking to either confirm what you
Pursuited.
said or to, what were you asking the other person that you said?
Okay, Kelsey,
she
you,
shot?
you're probably already gone by now.
Yes, I was confirming.
Okay. And who were you speaking to?
The other side of the street, people were screaming that she shot him. So I just confirmed with them.
Okay, but you said that you couldn't see her shoot him, and is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
And that you were in a position where you could not see back anything after, as you said, she jumped in the window, correct?
Yes.
So you didn't see him shoot him, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. And you didn't see anything after he rammed her car, and as you said, she jumped in the window.
Yes, I pulled up.
Okay. All right. Now, after the situation, did you hear the story on the news?
No,
You didn't.
I
Okay.
don't watch the news.
Okay. Had anybody talk to you about the situation?
No.
Nobody called to talk to you? To
I
follow
remember
up on what you
this
wrote
stuff.
by the police?
Oh, a news reporter did, like a news channel.
Okay. A news channel did contact you, correct?
Yes.
And you talked to this new, I'm not gonna ask you the content because it's hearsay. But in your explanation, did you give the same story to the news that you're giving today in testimony, or did you give the story that you wrote down?
I don't remember.
You don't remember, okay. But you do remember talking to the media, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you talk to anybody else after speaking with the media?
Yes.
Okay. And
Bonnie?
And that's fair. I'm not throwing trick questions out here. I'm just asking. Okay, so you talked to the state.
Yes.
Did you talk to the law enforcement?
Yes.
Okay. And in those statements there, did you ever have an interview down at the Clayton County Police Department?
No.
Okay. So basically, your statements of what occurred were written down on that document that you wrote, correct?
Yes.
And what you told to the media, correct?
Yes.
And what you told to the state, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And today you're testifying that she came out of the vehicle, held him at gunpoint.
Yes.
He rammed her vehicle.
Yes.
She jumped in the window.
Yes.
And then you pulled in front so you couldn't see anything else.
Yes.
She's like, and what? And what?
You said that you did hear an exchange between the driver of the truck and Miss Payne, correct?
Yes.
You just couldn't understand the words that were being said?
The main thing I remember is her saying, "Get the F out the car." But no, I don't remember their dialogue.
Okay. But it was loud on both sides, correct?
Some. I was able to hear, I don't remember what he said, but I heard some of what he said. I didn't hear all of what he said. Just her, I heard her a lot.
But you heard some of what he said?
Yes.
What did he say?
I, don't remember. I just remember I heard it. I remembered last year, but I don't remember anymore. I don't want to make anything up.
So you remembered it last year, correct? And you don't remember it today?
Right.
Did you write it down, or did you tell anybody last year what you heard and what you recall?
I recorded it. I don't have the recording.
I remember
But no,
this
other
part
than that,
too about
Oh, you
asking
said
her
you had to record
about
it.
I didn't
phone.
want to forget.
But here you are today, at the time of trial, and you didn't let you said she. Hold on a second. Okay, now, and just to clarify, one last question, I'll be there. You're stating when you moved forward, you couldn't see what was going on at the vehicle, correct?
That's correct.
So when you moved forward, what was the last thing you saw? Her in the window of the truck?
Yes. I thought you were going to give me an or, but yes.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because we've been up here a little while. So the last thing you remember is seeing her in the window?
Yes.
No further questions.
And we do that, very briefly,
He asks the same questions over and over, Steph. I get confused. I'm like, I already heard this, but did I hear this or did I hear that? I don't know if I heard
All
that.
right, Ms.
I
McCray,
heard that,
you
but
have Defense's Exhibit 8 in front of you. And that is a copy of your statement.
Yes.
Can you read that statement?
The merging lane on Forest Parkway and Riverdale Road, I was coming down the right lane before the merge. She cut him off and he had to brake suddenly and he almost hit her by like an inch. Then she hopped out so quickly screaming and pulled her shirt up with her gun. Then she started hitting him. I pulled up when I saw the gun. He hit her car. Then she started hitting him. I was like 1 foot in front of the car and called the cops. We heard a shot. There were 2 cops at the highway merge that came.
And you made this statement, and wrote this statement on May 7th, 2019?
Yes.
Which was the same day the incident occurred?
Yes.
On the same day that you observed what happened that day?
Yes.
And as you stated in your statement, he almost came within 1 inch of hitting the defendant's vehicle?
Yes.
So when the defendant keeps characterizing that he rammed her vehicle, is that accurate?
No.
How would you describe it?
It would have been like a fender bender. He didn't have a lot of space to do really any damage to her vehicle. So.
it's kind of like a
All
bloop.
right, no further questions.
Thank you. Are we through with this witness? May she be excused?
No, you're on Apple's cross.
No, Your Honor, I have more. So Hannah's telling him what to say or what to ask.
All right. So, as you were referring back to your statement,
Yes.
you said that she came up, she pulled her shirt up with a gun,
Okay.
and you pulled up right when you saw that, correct? That's what your statement said?
I don't believe that's what I read. Can I get the statement back, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, what was your question?
Okay, you stated that. You said that you saw her come out screaming. She started hitting him and pulled, and then you pulled up. So you said you saw her immediately get out of the car, pull a gun, started hitting him, and then you pulled up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you pulled up, how could you see anything else occur? According to your statement you wrote then.
Yes.
So how could you see anything else go on once you pulled up?
I did not.
Okay, and in your statement here, you didn't say anything about her jumping in the window, correct?
I did not.
But you said You said you pulled up about a foot in front of the car, correct?
No, he said an inch. Or she said an inch.
Yeah, I was like a foot in front of the car.
So how could you have pulled up and been like a foot in front of the car? Were you in front of the car, to the side of the car?
I was to the side of the car.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I was very shaken that day. I wanted to be as detailed as possible, but my thoughts were jumbled. So this is not exactly in chronological order here.
Okay, but you said you were jumbled and you were trying to be as specific as you could, correct?
Yes, and I wanted to write more, but there was not a lot of space. So I put to what I thought was necessary at the time.
So your statement here today is when they handed you paper to write, that you felt you had to keep it as short as that paper? Or those lines given?
Yes.
What's on the back of that paper you wrote?
Nothing.
Could you have written on the back of the paper?
Possibly, yes. Yes.
And because you were jumbled and you were saying you pulled up 1 foot in front of the vehicle, that may not have been accurate because you were a little bit
The
jumbled.
one behind
and
those
trying to
cracking
be
me up.
precise,
She's like,
I was like a foot in front of a car when I called the cops.
"Are you done yet?"
I pulled up after that.
So you say like a foot.
Yes.
So when you say like a foot, it could have been more than a foot, it could have been less, right?
Right.
Okay.
She's like, "Let me get
So when you
caffeinated some
state
more so I can deal with
that
this
it was like 1 inch, it's the same
individual."
concept. It could have been like an inch, it could have been more, it could have been less, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. And you keep smiling. Do you find this comical?
No. It's a coping mechanism, but I feel like I don't know.
Council's please approach.
So she tells him to approach. Okay. The judge tells him to approach. Yeah, I didn't know what the approach was. I didn't know if one or the other had asked to approach. But apparently the judge was like, "You know what? You're not doing this." Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. It's like his needle's stuck. He just repeats himself. An energy vampire, yes. Okay, they're done. That was
No
quick.
further questions, John.
Thank you. Anything further?
No other questions.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Okay. May this witness be excused?
She may. Okay, thank you, Ms. McLean. Ms. Stephan.
All right. Ooh, I hope it wasn't a bad one, Abigail.
Again, counsels, would you please approach?
Yeah, I know she was crying at the beginning of it. She was really emotional for a little bit, you know? That's hard stuff. And she's a young girl to witness something like that, you know? No further questions leads me to believe the judge laid into him, right? Looks like the guy in the blue hoodie there with the gray hair is like, because he's going like this. Kind of wonder if he's like explaining how the vehicles were and blah, blah, blah. And he just went, and that's what made me go. All right. So, I think the family is discussing the attorney right now. Maybe. Dad's just sitting there like, right? Poor guy. So we are gonna go ahead and cut this one, and I will start a new stream. Do you want me to do that right now and put the link in the chat? That way you guys don't have to find it. You want me to do that real quick? Ouch. I got a knot in my hair. I wish they let me bring my bong. I know, right? Let me go ahead and make the other stream, and
Ladies and gentlemen of the
then I
jury,
will link
the
it
news is I'm going to give you an early
in
lunch break
this
today.
chat here,
It's
and then
now
you guys can have
11:45,
the link
which is tax
to
that
go
you
on over to the other
return
one whenever
for
it's
about
ready. And then you won't have
12:45,
to,
so that
like,
we
hunt
can
for it.
promptly start at 1 o'clock. You've been great so far in terms of
Okay,
adhering
let
to
me
the time
run
frames that I've given, and so I'll allow you
into
to go
the
forward as you
StreamYard.
begin. I do want you to be comfortable, so if you need to grab an additional sweater or a
3, 8,
cushion or
9,
anything, certainly feel free. Again, the instructions that I've
GA.
given previously still apply. No discussions with anyone, no electronic communications about the case, no research. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch.
And I will schedule it for 12:45. Yeah, and then be back at 1, right? Please, since my phone didn't notify me until I finished this. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm thinking. Snacks, yes, get snacks. Okay, 12:45.
Okay, thank you so much. You may be seated. Councils, is there anything that we have to address before we adjourn for lunch?
Not from the defense.
Okay, thank you. So the court will stand recessed until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you all.
Takes me a second to get it. All right. So share, copy, and then I will go into this one. Hold on. Part 2 after lunch. All right. Paste. Steph, somebody said in here yesterday, I think it was J Rob. So that's the link for after lunch, 12:45. So yeah, about 30 some minutes. Said that she was from Jamaica. So anyway. All right, I'm gonna get my actual mic set up and stuff too, so I can use that instead of my MacBook. And I'll see if I can quit yawning. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we'll see you back here in a little bit. And have a good lunch break yourself. I'll see y'all in a bit. Bye.